Hi, this is Lisa Loves to Crochet and Knit. Today I'm going to show you how to crochet this safety-eyed little apple. And let's go over what you're going to need. You're going to need some red yarn, some safety eyes, some black yarn, some green yarn, and some brown yarn. And then of course some stuffing and some hot glue. So let's get started. You're also going to need a crochet hook, and I'm using a size F. You can see that. A pair of scissors, a tapestry needle, some safety eyes, and some backs. And you can choose whatever. I purchased mine off Amazon, so I don't know which ones I'm going to use. I'll decide later. And then some stuffing and some hot glue. So let's get started. You're going to need first to take some red yarn. And you're going to start with a magic loop. There's my magic loop. And then I'm going to chain one. And then I'm going to put, I'm going to put a half double crochet, 6 of them, in the magic loop. So there's 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to come back when I have 6 half double crochets in my magic loop. Okay, so I've completed my 6 half double crochets in the magic loop, and now I'm just going to tighten the loop, and then I'm going to slip stitch to the very beginning. There's my slip stitch. I'm going to chain 1. Now I'm going to stop, and I'm going to tighten my knot and weave in my ends, and or I'm going to tighten my loop and then knot and then weave in my end, and I'll come back. Okay, so I've made my knot and I've weaved in my ends, so I'm all set for the next round. And so this round I'm going to put a half double crochet in that same stitch, so this counts as a 1 stitch, my chain does, and then the half double crochet counts as 2 in that stitch. And then I'm just going to put 2 half double crochets in the next stitch. So I'm going to do that in each stitch around. I'm just going to put 2 half double crochets in every stitch. Oops, my yarn broke on me there. There we go. So I'm going to complete 2 half double crochets in every stitch around, and I'll meet you back at the end of the row. Okay, so I know that you're supposed to have double the rows or the stitches. My count is 14 and it should be 12, but this is I made it this way to have extra 2. So that's part of my pattern, and I'm going to slip stitch to the beginning. So you can see it's starting to take a shape, and I'm going to chain 1. So that's my second row. Now my third row, I'm going to put a half double crochet in that first space with the chain 1. Be careful not to break your yarn. So that counts as 2. The next stitch I'm going to put 1 half double crochet, and then the next stitch I'm going to put 2. So there's my 2. and then the next stitch I'm going to put 1 again. So I'm going to repeat that pattern. 2 half double crochets in one stitch, 1 half double crochet in the next. Repeat that pattern all the way around, and when we get back I'll come back to the end. Whoops. Okay, so I'm going to put 1 more here in the last stitch there, and that makes 21, and then I'm going to slip stitch to the beginning. So that's round 3. Now chain 1, and then I'm going to do a half double crochet in the same stitch. That counts as 2. And then I'm going to put 1 half double crochet in the next stitch, 1 half double crochet in the next stitch, and then I'm going to put 2 half double crochets in that next stitch. So I'm going to repeat that pattern. So there's going to be 1 half double crochet in the first 2, and then 2 half double crochets in the next. So I'm going to repeat that pattern all the way around. So the next one's going to be 1 half double crochet, and then the next one's going to be 1 half double crochet, and the next one's going to be 2 half double crochets. So that's the pattern I'm going to repeat around, and I'll come back when I'm done. So I've completed that round, and I'm going to put 1 more in there, and I'm going to slip stitch the beginning. And so that round, whoops, I broke my yarn again. So this, I'm going to chain 1. So this last round I had 28 stitches. And the next round I'm going to put 1 half double crochet in. And I'm going to put 1 half double crochet in the next 3 stitches. So there's my 3, and the next one I'm going to put 2 half double crochets in. I'm going to repeat that pattern all the way around. And I'll come back when I'm done. Okay, so I've completed that row, and this one has 34 stitches, and I'm going to slip stitch the beginning, and then I'm going to slip or chain 1, and then I'm just going to put 1 half double crochet in that same space, and I'm going to put 1 half double crochet in each stitch around. So this row should have, whoops, 37 stitches, or 34 stitches, I'm sorry, as well. So I'll come back when I'm done with this round. So I have 34 stitches in this next round. No increases and no decreases. I just crocheted 1 half double crochet each stitch around. And so now you're going to chain 1, and now you're going to put 1 half double crochet in that same stitch. There it is. And now I'm going to put 1 half double crochet decrease in the next stitch, and then I'm going to put 1 half double crochet in the next 2 stitches, and then I'm going to put 1 half double crochet decrease, 1 half double crochet the next 2 stitches, and then 1 half double crochet decrease in that next stitch. I'm going to repeat that across all the way around. So I'll come back when I'm at the end of that row. Okay, so I'm at the last 2 stitches of this next row, and I'm going to put a half double crochet decrease. So there's going to be 2 decreases side by side, and then you're going to slip stitch the beginning, Oops. So that leaves you 24 stitches in that round. And then I'm going to chain 1. And then I'm going to decrease, half double crochet decrease in the first 2 stitches. And this round I'm going to half double crochet, or put a half double crochet 1 in the next stitch. I'm going to put a half double crochet decrease in the next. And so I'm going to put 1 in the next, and then a decrease in the next. So that's what I'm going to do around. So I'll come back when I'm done with this round. Okay, you can see it's starting to take shape. And so I have 16 stitches in this round, and I'm just going to slip stitch to the beginning. And then I'm going to chain 1. And you can see this is where you need to start putting your eyes on. And how I do that is, this is where the back is, this is where the beginning and end of round is. So I find a spot that looks good for the front, and then I start about about 4 rows down. Can't tell the 4 rows because I haven't completed the last 2. So I'm going to put that one there, and I'm going to look at this one here to see what looks better. And I always try to skip 1, 2, 3. I don't know which eyes to do. I don't know what ways this goes. Let's just do the regular one, I guess. And so I'll snap those on. And there's my eyes. Looks pretty similar. So I'll snap those backs on them real quick. So I have the safety eyes on now. I have them snapped in. Now I'm going to take my tapestry needle and thread my black yarn. And I'm going to go in below the eye, the one eye here, from the back. Leave it end so I can tie. And I'm just going to kind of eyeball it here, down here, like a little V. And I'm going to come up. You can kind of see underneath this eye. I'm just going to pull it, and then I'm going to go back in, down into the same stitch to make it a mouth. There's my mouth, and now I'm just going to tie the back of my yarn here. And then I'm just going to snip those ends, put that off to the side, and then now I'm going to put some stuffing in. So you don't really need to clip those ends at all, because it's just going to go inside the apple. So there is some, it's stuffed. So I'm going to leave it at that for now. And then now I'm going to continue to do a double crochet or half double crochet decrease. See, I've chained 1 that last row. And then I'm just going to do a half double crochet decrease in the next, in that same stitch where I came out of, and in the next one. So I'm going to do this all the way around. So I'm going to put a half double crochet decrease in every 2 stitches all the way around, and I'll come back. Okay, so this is what it looks like so far. So, and there's 8 stitches on that row that I just completed, and so now I'm just going to slip stitch to the beginning, and I'm going to chain 1, and then I'm going to make that a knot by leaving a long tail and cutting it. Oops. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my tapestry needle. It's too hard for me to do half double crochet decreases in this little loop. It's just too tedious. So if you can, you're welcome to, but I'm just going to start cinching it together by weaving my tapestry needle in and out of those stitches and pulling it tight. And see, it just pulls tight nicely. And what I do is I'll grab one of those stitches and make that a knot. And then if it's still loose, then you can go back through and give it some more reinforcement. Oops. It's like a little ball. So I'm just gonna reinforce it a little bit. Tighten it, and then I'm gonna knot it again so it stays. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my yarn, my tapestry needle, and I'm going to grab some of these stitches from this row, and I'm just going to go in through them just so I can have weave in my ends. And I'm just going to go back through just like so, and then I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut that. Oops. So there is part of my apple. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some of this stitches from these 2 rows, and I'm going to still have the red on my tapestry needle, and I'm just going to make this like the edge of that of an apple. Just going to go in around there a few times. Make sure it's not too tight. And then you have that little lip that's on an apple, little indentation. Oops. Try not to pull the stuffing out. So, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it down here again, and I'm going to put a knot in down here, and I'm going to weave in those ends so it looks. So I'm just going to weave in my ends. And then I'm going to cut that one, and I have one more to weave in. So I'm just going to insert my tapestry needle because it's easier because it's a short stitch. And I'm just going to pull it through, and I'm going to snip it. And then there is your indentation for your apple, if you can see that well. So now I'm going to make the stem of the apple. So I start with a slip knot, and I chain 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I chained my 9, and now I have my 9 stitches. I'm going to insert my hook into the top part of the apple, and then I'm going to pull up a loop into the tan or the brown, and I'm going to chain 1 with that. Whoops. And then I have 1 half double crochet in each stitch. I have some stuffing right there that I have to fix. And just put 1 half double crochet in each stitch all the way back up. And you can put your end and crochet around your end as you're putting 1 half double crochet in every stitch all the way back up. Pull it up a little bit. Pull some more yarn here. And then I have 1 more half double crochet in the end here. And then I just kind of pull that end down, chain 1, cut my working yarn, leave a little end, and I'm gonna weave in those ends and come back. Okay, so now you're gonna do your green leaf, and you're gonna start with a slip knot, and I'm gonna tighten it on my crochet hook. I'm gonna chain 9. Oops. 3, 4, 5. Careful not to break your yarn. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I'm gonna put a slip stitch in that second chain from hook. It's hard to do. And then in the next stitch, I'm going to put a single crochet. And next stitch, I'm going to put a half double crochet. And then next stitch, I'm going to put a double crochet. And in the next stitch, I'm going to put another double crochet. And then in the next stitch, I'm going to put 2 treble crochets. Oops. Next stitch, I'm going to put 1 treble crochet. And the next stitch, I'm going to put 1 treble crochet. And that's the last one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to slip stitch to the beginning, or to that same stitch where I put that 1 treble crochet. And so this is part of my leaf, and I'm going to chain 4, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to put another treble crochet in that same stitch. And then the next stitch, I'm going to put 1 treble crochet, and I'm going to work over my end. And then the next stitch, I'm going to put 2 treble crochets. Just going to follow what I did on the other side. And then the next stitch, I did a, oh, I got to put 1 more treble crochet. I'm sorry, I didn't know where it was. In the next stitch, I'm going to put a double crochet. The next stitch, I'm going to put another double crochet. The next stitch you're going to put a half double crochet, and then you're going to put a single crochet in the next stitch, and then the next stitch you're going to put a slip stitch. Don't know if you can see that well. And then I'm going to chain 1, and I'm going to cut my working yarn, and then I'm going to pull, going to pull up that loop, make that a knot, and I'm going to weave in my ends, but there's my leaf. So I'm going to weave in my ends and come back. So there is my apple leaf. I have the ends all weaved in. So now what I'm going to do is, all I'm going to do is take a little bit of hot glue. You can sew this on, but I just chose to do hot glue. And so I'm just going to stick it on real close to that leaf and that stem. And then there is your little apple with safety eyes. So thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.